Yo, yo, back again. The Knicks coach has finally been picked. David Fizdale is the guy, man. Call us up. Let us know your thoughts on it. Let's go. What's good, people? Happy Thursday. Knicks Nation. CP the NY Fanatic in the building. My man Jay Ellis from the Nick of Time show. The 29th coach of the New York Knickerbockers has been selected. It is not Mark Jackson. It is David Fizdale, the 29th coach of the Knicks. It was a lengthy process. Steve Mills, Scott Perry went through. 11 coaches ran the gauntlet. Fan favorite, Mark Jackson, Mike Budenholzer, Kenny the Jet Smith, Queens native, Mike Woodson of the Knicks tape era. Some unsung young candidates, Jerry Stackhouse, James Borrego from the Spurs, Juwan Howard, even Mike Brown got a call. You know, I'm surprised they didn't call Lenny Wilkins, but hey, David Fizdale is the guy. Jay Ellis, what do you think about that, man? Let me know what you think, bro.
Hold on 1 second before I answer this question. I gotta put my glasses on, my Fizdale glasses on. I mean, these ain't quite the Fizdale brand, but you know, I got them watching Black Panther a few months ago. I ain't see Avengers yet, so no one spoiled it for me.
Oh, bro, you ain't see Avengers yet? What you waiting
man,
on?
I was planning, man. Things happen, bro.
Oh, Jesus, man. Jesus. All right, so yeah, give me your thoughts on this Fizdale move, man. What do you think, bro?
I love it, man. I love it. As you all know, I really liked Van Gundy. I really wanted Van Gundy on the squad, but some reason they didn't love Van Gundy as much as I do. So you know what? I had to roll with the punches. But the options I had left that I really liked was one Fizdale and two Mike Budenholzer. I actually was preferred Mike Budenholzer because I felt like he had a defense first mentality. He got Tim Hardaway Jr. to actually play defense when he left.
Facts. He brought Timmy back. He resurrected Timmy, man. Threw him in the D League and brought him back up.
He was the Tim Hardaway Jr. whisperer, man, because anybody knows when Tim Hardaway Jr. was with the Knicks, it was the most atrocious defense you've ever seen in your damn life. And somehow, some way, he went to the Hawks and turned that man into a decent defender. Facts. And even though he still doesn't close out on the shooter, he's way better than he was when he was with the Knicks with Phil Jackson era. So you got to give him that. Also, I like Mike because of his offensive pedigree as well. He came from that Spurs system of moving the ball, and he had a defensive thing work for him as well. That's why I actually preferred Mike. But I was still very, very high on Fizdale because of for one, the players really seem to go to bat for Fizdale, man.
Yep, the player endorsements. Yeah, all right, go ahead, bro. I lost the stream for a second, but go ahead.
It's all good. Let me take my Fizdale shape.
I don't know what the hell just happened, but yeah, go ahead, bro. We back live. It's a little technical difficulties, but we back up and running.
Word. So check it. So I don't know where the stream cut off at exactly where my train of thought was.
It literally just for 2 seconds. We went out for like 2 seconds, but go ahead.
All right, cool. So basically, right, the free agents, that's what I was saying. Yeah, free agents. So in 2019, 2020, when it's time to actually start to find some free agents to join this Knicks team, and we actually start to develop our youth, I feel like Dave Fizdale is going to be a huge asset just because he already has that reputation. Everybody likes following LeBron and D-Wade. I don't want LeBron here.
Nah, fuck that.
That's not what I'm saying. Mr. Water Bottle Challenge can stay his ass with Rockets or the Cavs or wherever he goes. But Dave Fizdale has that reputation of being a player's coach. And not only that, he also has a reputation of making people accountable for their actions. He pushes the players hard. He makes them practice hard. He demands a lot from them.
Facts.
And it's hard to find that kind of balance where you can demand a lot from your players.
Yeah.
And actually still have the player respect you and not resent you. So
Facts.
That's why I really love the Fizdale signing personally.
I mean, for me, I would say, you know what? I think I would have been happy with whoever we chose. To be completely honest with you, I thought Hornacek had completely lost the team. I thought 90% of the candidates, the realistic candidates, were, with the exception of David Blatt, were defensive oriented. Practice accountability, hard-nosed, no-nonsense coaches. And I like that. I also like that the management went out and went after, they went to some of the top coach teams in the league. They went to the Heat, they went to the Spurs, man. They went to Golden State, they went to the Celtics. I don't think these guys were real legit candidates, but I think they wanted to do some recon, do some research on some of the trends going on in the league, see what some of the best are doing. And I really like that. You know what I'm saying? That gives me confidence in this management that they're really trying to change the approach in who this head coach is, and they really trying to stick to the script. With that being said, I felt like Van Gundy was the number one choice. I said that on the previous live stream that we did.
Yeah.
I mentioned that I felt like this organization from top to bottom needed that structure, that foundation. And I thought Van Gundy was that guy to do it. And I thought, he would have fit the bill according to what this management was looking for. Maybe not on the analytics side, but I thought he checked the box on everything else, from accountability to defense to player development, to being able to navigate this town. We say it over and over again. We know that. I know Mark Jackson was the fan favorite, or you know what? He was a fan favorite to some, but it was highly contentious, the Mark Jackson pick. It was either feast or famine. It was one end of the spectrum or not. But
it was very divided in Knicks.
It was divided. Knicks Nation was divided. Yeah. Knicks Nation was divided on Mark. You know what I mean?
Civil war in my timeline and Instagram.
And to be honest, I wouldn't have minded Mark coming here. He wasn't my first choice, but obviously I'm a sucker for the hometown story. I would have loved to have Mark here, and I know he could have helped motivate these guys and push this team. You know what I'm saying? But we chose Fizdale, and I like Fizdale for, number one, as you alluded to, player recruitment down the line. It's going to be important in free agency. It's important to have a coach that players around the league respect, that has credibility around the league. Marc Gasol not being one of them, but we're not getting Marc Gasol, so forget him.
Word.
A guy that...
And he's not...
Go ahead.
Oh, no, and Marc Gasol, I know, because some people were like, well, how come Marc Gasol didn't like him? I mean...
Listen, egos, when you have a star player and a coach, egos always clash. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Marc Gasol not the first player to clash with his coach. He's not going to be the last. It don't mean that Kristaps and Fizdale is going to be buddy. They may not be. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, this guy comes from the Pat Riley coaching tree. And it's not to say that it's a no-brainer, because we've seen in the past that the no-brainer picks turn out to be shit in the long run anyway.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I say that to say I think the approach was good. I thought they brought in a guy, like I said, from the Pat Riley tree. That's how the Knicks was made.
Yes, man.
Accountability, hard work, tough nose, practice, defense. You know what I'm saying? All those things. He came from that tree. That's our core. That's what made us who we are. That's what made the orange and blue of the last 30 years.
Hell yeah, man. I want that. I needed that back, bro.
And that's what we want.
I want that back.
And that's what we want. So it's not to say that it's a no-brainer, because I don't believe in a no-brainer pick when it comes to the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? But I think it was a good pickup. That's one step. Now the next step is Perry is back on the clock. He got his coach. You know what I'm saying? You need to hit a home run in this draft. You need to hit a home run in the next draft. Luck has a lot to do with it, and where we select has a lot to do with it. But the bottom line is, players win. You know what I'm saying? The coach is going to get us to a certain extent. He might get some players to overachieve. He might develop some players to, get the most out of them. But we need that talent to complement that coach to get us to the next level. So I like it as a first step, man.
I do too, man. I think it's a great step for us to take. And to piggyback off the Marc Gasol thing as well, I'm not super worried about that in general, because you got to go by averages, man. You go by averages. I would be more, because somebody was telling me before, it's like, well, actually, I think it was Alan Hahn. Alan Hahn made a comment a long time ago on Twitter that he was worried that Fizdale wouldn't work out because of his and Marc Gasol relationships. And when you take a look at the whole spectrum, you realize, like, that's an anomaly. You know what I'm saying? If there was a pattern, that'd be one thing. If it was like this player, this player, this player, this player, all are like, I don't know. He's not this, he's not that. But you gotten glowing reviews from everybody.
Right.
So it's not even a concern to me. You even have the Heat coach, Spoelstra, is already shook. He came out and said that he wants Fizdale to be out west because he already knew what he did when he's with the Heat. He was running practice. So, I mean, I'm loving it, man.
Yeah, I'm with it, man. Yo, what do we have to lose, man? That's my thing, the Knicks Nation. My question, Knicks Nation, what do we have to lose? I'm on my Donald Trump shit right now. You know, like
that's a horrible analogy.
That's a horrible analogy, man. I didn't vote for the guy. You know what I mean? I keep politics out of it, but at the end of the day, what do we have to lose, people? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, you know, that's just where I'm at, man. That's just where I'm at, man. So, yo, call us up. Definitely call us up. The line is open. Let us know your thoughts on this Fizdale thing, man. Yeah, it's a new era. What more can you say? It's a new era. The day Fizdale era begins. The line is open. If you're on Twitter, use hashtag Fizdale to get your point across, get your comment across. Anybody want to call in, call us up, man. Shout out to everybody in the YouTube chat. Cody Emmanuel, what's good? Chris Dada, what's good? Danny Girl in the building. Ex-Con in the building.
What up, y'all?
What up?
And I also want to add, too, because I know a lot of the pros with the Fizdale thing is the defense. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but before Fizdale got to the Grizzlies, they weren't a good defensive team. After he got to the Grizzlies, they were a good defensive team. And then when he left, they dropped back down. But yeah. I know a lot of people were concerned about the offense.
Was good. Him and King was good. Yeah, about the Gasol thing, right?
About the Gasol thing, two things. The Gasol thing was one. And the second thing is the offense. Really, if you look at all the coaches, with the exception of Mike, the offense was the one common factor where all of them kind of lacked a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They were all kind of defensive coaches, but none of them had like a fast-paced offense to them. But I will say that from the reports that I read, it seemed like Marc Gasol was the holdup in the fast-paced offense within the Grizzlies organization, which is why this Fizdale was one of my upper choices anyway. Because what I read was he recognized that the offense was the problem, and he attempted to make it faster, and actually worked in a few games. But Marc Gasol was kind of rebelling against that, and that's where a lot of the problems came. So he looked at the analytics, was like, you know what, we need to keep up with the new NBA and push this pace. And then when it didn't, and then when you know how the league goes, man, it's players over coaches. It's players over coaches.
Yeah, that's how it goes, man. Yo, shout out to Hema King in the YouTube chat. What's
going on, bro?
So what do we tell you? What do you tell the Knicks fans that say what happened to Mark Jackson, man? There's a lot of Knicks fans out there that's they disappointed. You know, we'll move on, we'll get over it, but they disappointed tonight. Mark Jackson was, like I say, he was a fan favorite.
Yeah, man.
But it seemed like as the process had dragged on and they added more guys and this guy and Larinaga, this guy, that boom, boom, boom. It just seemed like Mark just wasn't the guy. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it just seemed like I mean, again, the question is why this was his only interview to our knowledge. Again, his only interview. What is it that he's not even getting a phone call from teams? Not even a phone call. There was how many open positions we had? You know what I'm saying? How many open positions we had? He didn't even get a phone call.
Nope. Listen, man, we talked about this before. There are rumblings that Mark Jackson does not play well with others. He does have a great reputation with his players, but outside of his players, there seems to be no problems in paradise. And you know what? There's this huge list that came out that listed everything Mark Jackson has ever done wrong since he was like 4 years old. I don't know if you saw the list, but it was going around Knicks Twitter.
Yeah, I saw it.
And I'm pretty sure the Knicks organization was aware of that list, or even aware, period, of what was going on between Mark Jackson and Scalabrine while he was in Golden State problems.
Right. But then I was looking for that, but then Scalabrine came back and endorsed him. Scalabrine came back and was like, yo, it was my fault. I was young and immature. You know what I'm saying? I could have done more. So then, you know, when I see shit like that and I see other coaches like Lindsey Hunter and them come out to bat for him, obviously David Lee, Steph Curry and them already gave us him their endorsement. I was ready to move past that with Mark. You know what I'm saying? But it still says something that the league, around the league, 30 teams, how many job openings is it? 5, 6?
Yeah.
Right? Orlando, Phoenix, Milwaukee Bucks, the Knicks. Right?
All those teams kept passing on him for a reason. He wants to coach.
Right?
He just hasn't gotten his shot since then, and it seems like he's been blackballed. To be honest with you,
I mean, what more? What more could it be?
That's the only thing it could be. You can't when you transform a franchise from a losing one to a winning one, and you still can't get a job
with that type of record. I mean,
with that type of record,
Golden State win totals went up precipitously every year for them 4 years he was there, and not one call since then. I think maybe Cleveland was the only one that we knew about. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
the only one we knew about.
I don't know what that word means, but I agree with you.
Precipitously, you know what I'm saying?
I will get my dictionary.com app.
Precipitously, bro. You know. Yeah, man. Shout out to chat. Shout out HRM the Great. HRM the Great says should have been Becky Hammond. Crazy Beat SB says because of his religious beliefs. We'll get to Becky Hammond, but let's go to another popular candidate that Knicks Nation liked, and even myself included, was Mike Budenholzer. What do you think? What do you think the situation with Budenholzer is?
I don't know, man. To me, I saw a report from Mark Berman. Mark Berman said Dave Fizdale straight out beat the competition when it came to the interviewing process. So even though in my mind it seemed like Mike Budenholzer might have been the A choice, something happened in that interview where Dave actually took the job. And if you've seen his famous data rant, then you can kind of see how Dave can kind of win you over in an interview.
Yeah.
So if it's just straight off interviewing and stuff like that, mixed with, you know, his record, then I can see how Dave could have won in the interview style. But if you look at the record, Mike's record looks a lot more promising, you know what I'm saying? Because he has that Spurs pedigree. He's had 60-win team with the Atlanta Hawks, and he plays offense and defense.
Facts.
He's offensive and defensive coach. So
yeah, I mean, I thought
that's what I see.
I thought Budenholzer was a great option. I thought he was a great option. You know what I'm saying? To me, that 60-win team with the Hawks, 5 All-Stars that year, finishing in the Eastern Conference Finals, with no real, you know, star players that you could really think of. I thought that was a very commendable season, and he won Coach of the Year, and rightfully so. Coming from the Spurs coaching tree, I thought that would have been a great pickup. I think, I don't know, we don't know, and maybe we'll find out a little bit more as you know, some of the news from the interviews unfolded. One thing for sure, nothing leaked, but I think maybe he's leaning more towards Milwaukee because obviously with the talent that they have in Greek Freak and maybe Jabari Parker, maybe Middleton. I think maybe they knew that Budenholzer was leaning more towards that job, or maybe they just like Fizdale more. I'm not really sure.
That's definitely a possibility. Yeah. Because he did say that he did want to be closer to winning, and if you're talking about who's closer to winning right now between New York and the Bucks, it's definitely the Bucks, without a doubt.
Facts.
But it also seemed like before that job opening opened, the reports made it seem like he was hell bent on coming to New York. So who knows what it is at this point? I just know that we got Fizdale right now, and that's what we're rocking with. But I definitely would have loved Mike for sure.
Yeah, I would have loved Budenholzer, man. I would have loved Budenholzer for sure. You know what I'm saying? But
and somebody keep Tim in check.
Yeah, Yeah. Now, someone in the chat had asked, and by the way, the line is open if y'all want to call up, get y'all point across. Hit us up, man, 516-900-2432. Call us up, let us know what you think about the coaching hires. David Fizdale, 29th coach of the New York Knicks. Someone had asked who the assistant coaches are going to be. That hasn't been released yet.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're hearing Mike Woodson could be a strong candidate. Fizdale and Woodson have worked together back in Atlanta, so there's a working relationship there. Bickerstaff Jr. would not be joining because he's been selected to take over full time for the Grizzlies. So Bickerstaff, I don't know if his name Bickerstaff. I don't know if his first name is Bernie, but Bernie Bickerstaff, his son, won't be joining Fizdale. So
I mean, any of those guys that do, man. I mean, there's a lot of promising candidates. There's guys who had like a really nice resume, like Jerry Stackhouse, who had a really good D-League showing. Took that team from a losing defense to a winning defense. Had like the best defense in the D-League, and got to the finals with two completely different groups because his group on his D-League team was called up. Found another group, still had the coaching sense to get them to the top of the defensive food chain and bring them to the final. So Stackhouse was a nice option. I wouldn't have him as a head coach because of the greenness he has, you know what I'm saying? At the NBA
he's a little
level.
too green. Stackhouse was a little too green for me too, man.
Yeah, but as an assistant, I would love to have him because I don't know if you did your research, if y'all checked out Stackhouse credibility, but he's like a video rat. He has this thing that he's been doing since he was younger where he just looks at videos all the damn time. He's like recorded his whole life. So even when he was doing when he was running the G League, he was taking videos of himself.
Yep.
Looking at video.
Yep.
And then analyzing how he was talking to players in the video of him watching video.
Yeah, he's a rat, man.
Yeah,
Stackhouse is a rat. Stackhouse is a rat. That's good. You definitely like to see that. You know what I'm saying? You definitely like to see that, man.
I would love him on this team. Love him.
Facts.
I would really love an offensive minded coach on this team, though, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean,
as an assistant, somebody who knows.
That could come down the road. Let's see who he picks. You know what I'm saying? Let's see who he picks. But I think my thing was defense. I thought this team has been atrocious defensively. They don't communicate well. They don't rotate well. They don't guard the 3-point line well. And that's been an Achilles heel for this team for the longest.
Seriously.
Frank coming here, as much as his offense has been behind, his defense has been welcome. We haven't had that type of perimeter defense in over probably 10 years on the Knicks.
Top pick and roll defense as a point guard, as a rookie too.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think, let's see what type of offensive philosophy they bring in here. But I want to see defense, man. I want to see defense.
Oh, yeah. No, most definitely. I definitely want to see defense. And I'm 100,000,000% confident. I know that's not a number, 100,000,000%, 100 million. But I'm 1,000,000% confident that Fizdale is going to bring the defense. When I say the offense, I'm really talking about the assistant coach. Because I know he already has the defense locked down. If he has an assistant coach that has more of an offensive mindset to kind of implement that into what he's already doing, then I think that'll be my perfect, marriage. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. The dawning of a new day. We got 35 heads in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Word chat's litty. What's good, yo?
First call. Yo.
Yo, guys, what's going on? This is Cody.
Yo, Cody, what's good, my dude?
What's going on, man?
Oh, my God. Okay, first thing, we gotta, man, you guys have been gone too long. We gotta make sure this is like a every 2-week thing.
Yeah.
We got to come up with some days.
Well, now that you said that, first off, for everybody in the chat, everybody watching on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube. This is a post-stream live stream collaboration between my man Jay Ellis and myself. Knick of Time Show, podcast, Knicks Fan TV. We all over social media, man. Me and this guy just came together, collaborated on this thing. It's going to be great moving forward. Obviously, with the offseason slowing down, we haven't been doing them and had a couple technical difficulties with the
man.
computer, but we back up and running. The
Yo, what's
next
good,
show is
Bezel?
going to be for the lottery, and we're going to have some sporadically throughout the off season as well, man. So if y'all haven't subscribed yet, definitely subscribe to the channel. My man Cody comes through, calls up. He's a great caller. And, yeah, man, definitely subscribe. But, yeah, go ahead, Cody.
Cool. Guys, I'm so happy. This is, like, I think the best hire since Pat Riley. I know Woodson was good, but this is like monumental change. If this goes anywhere, like what I'm hoping is that this is the big break that we've been waiting for. Because I think you need someone who's gonna be able to go toe to toe with Brad Stevens and Brett Brown. Like those, like 76ers in Boston, that's the gold standard right now. And you needed someone who is as smart, ambitious as those guys. And Fizdale right now has a lot to prove. He hit this home run. He is good money. Like you are the guy who helped bring back New York basketball. That's like, that's at least $10 million. you gotta. So I'm hoping that he brings Woodson with him. Great defensive minded guys. Yes, I think you need to bring an offensive guy. I'd like to see someone to kind of help string along.
Yeah.
But this is a good.
Now let me ask you. Do you trust that management will let him do his thing? Because to me, the coach is one step. You know what I'm saying? And you mentioned Brett Brown for a good 3 years. Brett Brown was shit to the league. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was talking about Brett Brown until Simmons and Embiid and them guys started stepping up. They brought in Reid. They put the pieces around for him. But for the previous 3 years, nobody was talking that Brett Brown shit. Now he's a world beater. So like I say, it's a team effort. The management still has to put the pieces around this guy to help him be successful.
And everybody in New York, patience. I know we don't like that word. I know we don't care for the word.
Say it again.
This season is going to be a hard season. Like if he can get our guys to play hard, like the Nets, whatever you want to say about the Nets, but the coach has them playing hard every night. And so this season, if we can play as hard as the Nets and win somewhere between 25 and 30 games without KP for like half of the season, he's done his job. No, seriously, he's done his job. And so we need to be patient with him. This is a 4-year thing. This is a
let him rock the 4 years, man. Let him rock out 4 years. I said let him rock out 4 years.
There's gonna be good days. There's gonna be bad days. But don't tell me like year 2, y'all about to jump off ship like he's garbage. No.
Man, I've been
through for 4 years.
Facts. It's Ramo Gomez. Appreciate the subscribe. Alonzo, what's good, Alonzo? Nah, I feel you, Cody. We gotta be patient, man. We gotta be patient. Next year is going to be a tough year. We're going to be back in the lottery again. I'm okay with it. Like I said.
Yeah, and I'm okay with it. Listen, next year, I think the lottery is like, six players deep. No more than that. I mean, everybody else is like crapshoot. But even if we get a top 5, top 4, like, don't lose our patience. This is part of the process. Like
part of the process, man.
Yeah. I mean, guys, imagine, which is totally doable, right? Frank as your guard. Mikal Bridges as your shooting guard, Kawhi Leonard as your small forward, KP as your power forward, Luke Cornett, Carlo Quinn as your center. That's, man, that's a team. That's a team.
Yeah.
That is a team.
Like I said, I want to see what he's going to be able to do with these dudes. Frank Ntilikina especially. We saw today, Jay Ellis had tweeted it out today as well, that, part of the interview process was to see what these coaches' approach was going to be with Frank. And that's, it's encouraging because, they really want to get the best out of this kid. They want to make the most out of this kid. They see Donovan Mitchell out here going crazy in the playoffs, jumping out the gym. You know what I mean? Put back one-handed slams and all of that.
Have you guys seen his body? Have you guys seen the way Frank's body's coming into the cup? Frank's body is starting to have definition. He's maturing. He's maturing.
Yo, man.
Like the Frank we saw last summer is not the Frank we have right now, and that's a good thing. That is a good thing.
Jay Ellis, you want to say something?
Yo, Frank gained 8 pounds of muscle during the season.
Facts.
Not even in the summer. During the season. Not even in the summer. Do you know what's going to happen when this kid gets a whole summer of just straight up NBA workouts? I have a friend, I did like a podcast, the French Knicks podcast, and he just posted something like a day or two ago where Frank's been doing all these little like interview runs in France. And they asked him, like, what are you doing? And Frank is already on a mission. Frank is already working out. He's going ham.
Frank is not lazy, man. Frank wants it. You can tell the kid wants it. He's about basketball. He eats basketball. He wants it.
He does.
I think this is, guys, think about like winners and losers. Big winner today is if you're a young cat who plays defense, you're a winner. Like how many times did Frank do his job and then his team totally messed it up? Guys weren't in their right place. Just letting guy go by. Like you needed someone to hold everybody accountable.
Yeah,
I'm hoping
we needed that, man.
That guy. Like if you're a young person and you play your butt off.
Facts.
Yo, Hardaway, guard your man.
Like, accountability or sit. Like, guard your man and sit down. You know what I'm saying? You seen this man put Marcus Gasol on the bench.
So I have no fear.
He put Mark on the bench. Like, yo, fuck out of here. You're not doing what I need you to do.
Nope.
You need to sit down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
I already know. I can already see Dawson getting Tim Hardaway's minutes.
I mean, if there's one guy who can teach Moutier defense, it's Fizdale. If he brings in Woodson, and if Moutier cannot get his act together under Fizdale, then he has no future in the league. I'm sorry.
Facts. Yo, Cody, appreciate the call, man. Definitely hit us up. I'm a free the line, man. But yo, definitely appreciate the support, man.
Appreciate it.
Word, man.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's my guy Cody, man. Let's see who in the chat. Yo, the line is open if y'all want to call up, get your point across. Let's see who else in the chat, man. X-Con, what up? Israel. Oh, Ismail Hernandez, what's good? HRM King, him of the great. Crazy Beat, Alonzo in here. Ace Bezel in here. Ace Bezel, man. What's good, my dude? Yeah, man, it's a new day, bro. It's a new day, Jay Ellis, man. What you think? Oh, let's see. We got somebody out. I think this Danny girl. Yo.
What up?
Hey, what's happening?
Danny girl, what's good?
Danny girl.
Yo, I think this. I'm definitely a fan of this hire. I wanted Mark Jackson. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
But, I'm happy with the Fizdale hire. I think Budenholzer was not going to be a good hire just because.
Why not?
Not
really?
Because he can't coach. Because he left Atlanta because he didn't want to lose. And you got to accept the first year you're going to lose with the Knicks. You may not lose, 70 games.
Right.
But you're not squeaking into the playoffs.
Well, I think that's what I told Jay Ellis. I think that's why he might go to Milwaukee. I think that's why he might go to Milwaukee. And maybe that's why they never gave him the job.
He needs something like they're already a defensive-minded team. He's better offensively than what they were showing with Prunty, who was the interim head coach. I think Milwaukee's a better fit for where Budenholzer is in his career. He was not going to have the patience to deal with a rebuild with the Knicks, especially under the New York spotlight.
True.
In Atlanta,
true.
Don't say it's a fair weather. They come, they don't come.
True.
It's not a big deal. It's transplant.
Yeah.
The Knicks, we care.
You're 100% right.
Oh, yeah, you're right about that.
He was going to be like, I don't want to lose either. You know what I mean? And it's hard for the fan base to have patience if the coach doesn't even have patience.
Facts.
Right? Like, he's not going to be able to sincerely preach patience because that's not where he's at. He wants to win. He wants to show what he can do with a team that, is that stays together. Because that was the other problem in Atlanta. Like, that team broke up because they didn't want to pay guys.
Yeah.
And then now they're in like full rebuild mode with the new regime and new ownership and all of that. So
Hawks management make us look great.
Like,
oh yeah.
Huh?
I said Hawks management make us look great. They in chaos over there.
Yeah, and
yeah, exactly. They're brand new ownership. They're trying to figure out what they want to do. But I think having Fizdale, especially if he's able to bring Woodson over, right? Like Woodson already has the credibility of like he was the last guy to do anything in New York, right? To have any sort of success.
Facts.
But I think the guys that are there will at least respect that, right? And then Fizdale, this wave of like you're dealing with younger players who have a lot less experience, who aren't coming into the league with the tools that even maybe 10 years ago those guys coming out of high school had.
Mm-hmm.
You need to preach patience. You need to have somebody that may be able to communicate better with them, and that might have been the challenge that Mark Jackson was going to have. I mean, who did he have that was really one and done? Right? We're getting cats because of where we draft, or the fact that we didn't have draft picks. Right? We're getting like unrestricted free agents. We're like a motley crew, and you need somebody that's going to be able to galvanize that and pull that together.
Yeah.
So I think with Fizdale's kind of pedigree with the Miami Heat, what he was able to do in a year and a half in Memphis, the fact that he was not all right losing his job. I know he didn't want to lose his job, but the fact that he was willing to be like, you're the star, so I need to hold you accountable as well, I think that's going to work really well for our team. If you're going to play defense, Moutier is going to have to get in shape this summer, right? Like it's either that or
I still don't understand how they say my man Moutier not in shape. My man played a whole 82 game damn season, and everybody from the coach to the general manager to Larry Brown talk about he just got to get in shape. Like what the fuck was he doing from last summer?
Yeah. Wind sprints.
I mean, do ask that same question to Raymond Felton. Does Raymond Felton ever look at
Oh my God!
Oh damn, you bringing up old wounds.
If you also look at Tyler Quinn 2 seasons ago when he first got to New York, he was in decent shape.
Yeah.
But this past season, he was in the best shape of his career, and he had a career season.
Facts.
Right. So I think that accountability of like we're bought in, we're gonna get you the minutes, but you got to earn them. And here's the first step to earning them. You need to be in the best possible shape.
Yeah, nah, I feel you. Yo, Danny, appreciate you. I'm gonna clear the lineup, but yo, I definitely appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Word.
Yeah, man. Jay Ellis, what you got to say about that?
I had a few about the Mike thing about not wanting to win or wanting to win. I held out hope only because Atlanta was a little bit of an extreme case. They were kind of tanking. They weren't even trying. They were really purposely trying to lose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's why they ended up clashing with the coach too.
Yeah, with the Knicks, it wasn't exactly the same. They were still trying to sort of win. We were just sucking so much that we were losing. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that we might have had a chance just because our mentality was a little bit different than Atlanta's, even though we were both kind of losing. Also, I read something interesting about Milwaukee. The show The Jump today was talking about how Milwaukee, they were going to be changing management in a year. So whoever hires the new coach might get rid of them. Whoever hires a new coach might get rid of them in the next season. So that whole situation is still a little bit murky and kind of a little bit shaky over there about who's going to be running who. Because, you know,
true that.
Management comes there. They can switch anybody in an instant.
True that. All right, let's take this call. Yo,
what's going on, everybody? How you feeling?
Yo, what's good, my dude? Who this?
Yo, this is Mr. Reid. You want to check in?
Mr. Reid, what's good, my dude? What you dealing with? What's your thoughts on this coaching hire?
I think this was the right coaching hire from my perspective. I think that he's young. He understands the game, how it's moving forward. Talking about Fizdale.
Yeah.
I think he understands that relationship with players and coach has changed from back in the days into now. And he really understands, even though he had like a bad situation with him and Marc Gasol, but if you're getting praised by LeBron James and Dwayne Wade and players of that caliber, that's a great way. It's great. It's a great situation if you ask me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You can't overlook that. You can't overlook that respect from the players around the league, especially at that caliber. You can't overlook that. That's a good sign.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, stop me if I'm wrong. Us Knicks fans have to stop looking at these high-profile coaches a little bit, like Mark Jackson. Everybody wanted Mark Jackson to the Knicks, and I think that would have been a great selection if you ask me, because his offense is not motion. There's not much movement going on there, if you want to look at it from that perspective. And you in the Knicks is like having, if you apply that same offensive philosophy on the Knicks, it's like having Carmelo again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't need that right now.
Right.
Definitely don't. And we don't even
need
have Carmelo on the team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to look at a coach that understands that we need motion, we need players. We have young players now that could go to the basket. We have to use motion. We have to utilize our talent now.
What was he your first choice?
Who?
Was Fizdale your first choice?
Yes, he was my first choice. Definitely was.
Okay.
And moving into the draft in June, we had to really sit there and look at it and say, do we want talent, or are we going to want a certain player at a certain position?
Yeah.
Now, if you ask me, we need more talent.
Oh yeah. We need talent. We need help at every position except for KP. To be honest, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm going best player available. Yeah.
So you can't look for a certain position to fulfill rather than talent. I'm taking the talented player, and he can't be under 6 foot.
Yeah. So
Wait, was that a shot at Trey?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That sounded like a shot.
That
sounded like a shot.
That sounded like a Trey Burke your point guard or not?
No, he's my sixth man though. He's like my sixth man.
That's my ideal position for him, 100%.
And we already got one of those.
Facts.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to take up any more time, but
all right.
thanks you guys for doing what you had to do.
Yo, definitely subscribe to the channel, Mr. Reid. Appreciate the call, man. Salute, bro.
Word. We'll do.
All right, man. Yo, the line is open. I saw a couple missed calls, one from South Carolina, one from Brooklyn. Y'all could call up now. I think it might have been Alonzo was the 803 number, but yeah, call us up. The line is open, man.
Word.
But yo, it's gonna be a good day, bro.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited for the trajectory of this team, man. I feel like
yeah,
I'm so in love with my managers right now, man.
I'm in love with the process. I like the process, man.
They just do things completely different than what I'm used to seeing. Like, Knicks are used to going for the big flashy name. Knicks are used to just trading all their assets for this aging player who's already injured. I kind of feel like I think those days are kind of over. And I like what I see. And you know what, too? Even with the Fizdale hiring and his emphasis on the defensive end of the ball, I'm actually more willing to take a chance on. Like, I know everyone's saying McCall, but yeah, I'm really liking Miles right now. I'm thinking Miles has more of an offensive upside.
Yeah, I think
so. And with Fizdale here, who's going to crack that whip to play defense.
Go ahead, JL.
Yeah, with Fizdale here cracking that whip to play defense, I think Miles might be our perfect guy. He's going to help him crack down on defense and bring the offense he has with him.
I feel you. Yo, this Alonzo?
Yo, what's good, yo? This Alonzo. What's good, man?
Alonzo, what's good, my dude? How's everything? What you think of this coaching pick?
Man, I loved it, actually, man. You all think about it. I said I wanted Stackhouse for the series.
Yeah, you did want Stackhouse. Yep.
Oh,
yeah. I love Fizz because just his energy.
Yeah.
Plus his old lady fine, too, yo.
Yo, shout out Mrs. Fizdale. Welcome to New York.
Yes.
Mrs. Fizdale.
Yo.
Yes. He has great taste.
Man, I feel like he's the type of person that could energize. He's a people. He's a player person.
Yeah.
You know, so he can energize the team. And I'm not giving up on next season already. I get NBA League Pass. I don't live in New York no more, so I'm paid for the season. So I'm not going to give up on the season next year just yet. You know, I think Knicks fans a lot of times. I grew up in New York. I think Knicks fans a lot of times, man, we always see something greener on the other side. And I'm sitting there listening to people like Israel, like smash Hardaway Jr. for no one ever said he was a number one option.
Yeah.
But
so
what he had to deal with last year, man. For Porzingis being hurt most of the year and him being the number one option and putting up almost 19 a game. You're talking about he inconsistent. How many even superstars be inconsistent at times? Look at the Rosen.
That's true.
There's so many players, man, and it's like New York fans bug me. Sometimes they really piss me off because you got a good player.
Look.
You got a good player who's not a great player, but who's coming into his own.
I'll say this.
Give up on him for what?
I'll say this, and Jay Ellis, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but they beefing in the chat right now over Tim Hardaway Jr. But
I know I've been looking at it.
Wait, is Carlito
like,
in there?
It's stupid to me, yo. It's like if he goes somewhere else and averages 22 a game and brawl out, oh, we should have never got rid of him. I didn't think we should get rid of him. When you was the main one talking about getting rid of him because you listen to everybody else instead of watching the game. Pay attention to the game. Nobody said he was a superstar.
Right. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. The thing with Timmy, I think what get people going is his erraticness. You know what I'm saying? His decision making sometimes have you scratching your head.
Was erratic?
No, I know.
Was erratic.
Yo, I get it. Alonzo, I get it. Trust me, I get it. But it seemed like it just seemed like his decision making. He come off like J.R. Smith, bro. That's how he comes
25,
off.
Though.
But has J. But has
and haven't really had an opportunity. This was his first opportunity really to prove himself.
I agree. I agree. But I think the hiring of Fizdale will help rein him in. You know what I'm saying? From an accountability standpoint.
He needs to be reined in a little bit. He needs more discipline. I'm not disagreeing with any of that.
Facts.
What I'm disagreeing with is fans giving up on him. Put it this way. I don't think Nothin is a point guard. I think he's a shooting guard. That's my opinion. But if he turns into a point guard, I'm going to give him that. I'm not giving up on him as a player. I just don't think he's a shooter. I don't think he's a point guard. He wasn't a point guard in front of you. He was all-star. He ran the point every now and then. If he develops into a good point guard or a great point guard, I'm good with that. I don't want to see Ntilikina for somebody else who might look a little bit better right now. You know what I mean? We don't know. Let the man develop before we give up on him. We give up on players too much, man. This is why people don't want to come to New York.
True. J. Ellis, go ahead. Weigh in on that.
Give up on him too much.
J. Ellis, go ahead.
I'll say this because we had to do like an evaluation thing like a week ago for the podcast and whatnot, and Tim Hardaway Jr.'s name came up, and of course there was some mixed reviews and stuff. But I'll say this: as erratic as Tim Hardaway has been this year, and he's been very erratic, it's still his first year being a starter, and we kind of have to take that into consideration. A little bit. So
his numbers went up. Everything went up this year.
All of his numbers went up from last year to this year.
Including shooting percentage.
with the exception of his 3-point percentage was dipped. But that's besides the point. This is his first year. I was very frustrated. I also defended him sometimes when people was getting a little crazy about it. But I was frustrated. But I will give him another year to really, really decide where he's going to be. I feel like it's a little unfair.
Number one option though. That was the problem this year. He was our number one option, especially when Porzingis went out. He's not a number one option. I'm not saying he's a superstar. He's not a number one option. He's a number 3 option on a good team.
Probably a 4. Probably a 4.
He was catching double teams and this and that, and that's not who he is. The Knicks won. They won LeBron, KD, Steph Curry. They want everybody on the same team to put up 100 points a game. We not happy. You know, it's crazy. It's like, yo, what do you want? You know, he's not a number one option. He can be a starter on your team. He can be a starter on a team if you build with him, but he's not a number one option.
He's not a number one guy.
Everybody to be a number one option. They want everybody to be a number one option.
We starving for wins, man.
We
starving, man. We starving, man. Yo, Alonzo, before I let you go, man, go ahead and plug the channel, bro. I'm gonna clear the line, but go ahead and plug the channel.
I appreciate it, man. Y'all check me out. Any Hurricanes fans with the New York, Alonzo 1219 family, man. Appreciate it. I need you to give me a call too, man. I need to get some advice.
Yeah, yo, I owe you a phone call, bro. I'm gonna definitely catch up with you this weekend for sure.
Word, thanks for calling in, man.
All right, fam. Appreciate it. Y'all be good, man. Love the channel, fam.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
But yeah, yo, if Tim Hardaway Jr. improves again next year, then you can say if Tim Hardaway Jr. improves again next year, then we good money. If he doesn't improve next year, then it's a problem.
Yo.
Yo, it's Carlito. What's up?
Carlito in the building. Yo, you late, man. I thought you was gonna be the first caller, bro. What happened?
You heard us talking about Tim Hardaway.
Yeah. He disappeared until we started talking about Tim Hardaway, and all of a
Exactly,
sudden,
noticed that.
Carlito pop up in the chat like, "Yo, I'm here." What's good, bro?
I was watching the Celtics in the 76ers game.
Yeah, who won that? The game is over?
Nah, the game's not over. I'm looking at it right now. I'm not sure. Let me see. Oh, Celtics is up. Good thing. I hate the 76ers. But anyway, let's get to the Knicks.
Yeah.
Let's get to the Knicks. First of all, I'm happy about Fizz. You know, I wanted anybody but David Black.
Okay.
Anybody but David Black.
Okay.
David Black and who's the other guy? Brown.
Mike Brown.
Those are the
I didn't
guys.
think Mike Brown was legit. I didn't think Mike Brown was a legit candidate though.
Where did that come from?
I'm just saying, I don't give a damn. I don't care if he was a show up, a candidate, as long as the Knicks did not choose any of those two guys, because we know that any coach that coached LeBron James besides Spoelstra never really coached.
Facts.
Let's be real.
It's hard to judge him. It's hard to judge them type of guys and what kind of coach they can be.
Coasting.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially when you coaching like a dude like LeBron.
Well,
And
you're an
one
assistant
thing
coach.
I do realize about Spoelstra, if you ever like remember when LeBron played on the Heat, what he did different between him on the Heat and him on the Cavs, which he's doing a little bit more, is that Spoelstra made LeBron play more of a post-up game.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah,
You
he
ever
did.
realize
He
that?
did. He did.
LeBron, he developed a post game when he was on the Heat.
Yep.
So then when he went back to the Cavs, he's starting to play like he's 23. That's the problem with LeBron. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people don't recognize that. Like, Spoelstra actually made LeBron play into a system. They said, we're going to go into the post, and you're going to have shooters. You know?
Facts.
So, that's one thing, I realized besides all the coaches, besides Spoelstra, that, like, actually coach. And, Fizdale, he's that type of guy. He's gonna really, like, hold people accountable.
That's what I want to see.
You
That's
can
what I
just-
want to see,
You
man.
can just tell by his demeanor. Like, Jeff has that laid-back demeanor. Like,
Yeah.
things could be going wrong in the game. You just look at Jeff, like, the TV will turn to Jeff's face, and you just look at him like, Jeff, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Don't let that fool you, though. He be getting in people's ass.
He smacked Noah up.
Yeah, man.
He
a
smacked
fighter.
the man Noah into exile.
Like, word. I mean, he lost the fight to Jerry Stackhouse. I don't know if you saw that video.
Real. Everyone says that story is real. I don't think that.
I don't know either though. But you didn't hear shit from Noah though either though,
Nope.
did you?
Exactly. And
So-
I think Fizdale's gonna bring back Noah.
He should.
He has
Bring
to.
him back.
I'm not letting Noah out of this deal easy, bro. You gotta come and work.
no.
You gotta come and work. And
You know
especially,
you
I mean,
Paying you all this money, you
yeah.
think you're gonna sit up here and say,
Nah.
God bless?
nah, fuck that job bless shit. You know what
Word,
I'm saying?
job. And you
know
know
what
the
I'm
shoulder's healed by now.
Fuck that. Nigga, you talking about job bless like you Jamaican. Like, bro, I'm
Gonna be
Jamaican. You ain't
working.
Jamaican, bro. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm only scared about one thing about Fizdale. You know what I'm scared about Fizdale?
what?
I just hope the dude is not too nice. Not too nice.
I don't think
Oh, he's
so.
not nice. He's not too nice.
I don't think so.
What I mean by that is that already you see when he got hired, these Knicks players like Hardaway thinking he's all comfortable. This is not your friend. This is your coach.
Yo, dude.
No, I'm so dead serious. This is not your friend. This is your coach.
Facts.
Same thing with Beasley. Because they showed a picture of him and Beasley chilling on the bench. No. We don't want to get that image. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
Where
that. Yeah,
guys, you're, like,
I hear
literally
you.
your friend. No, I don't like that.
I hear you.
Yeah, here's the thing,
Your
Carlito. Like,
leader has to be assertive and tough on you. You know what I'm saying?
No,
That's
Yeah.
why the great coaches like what's his name, Greg Popovich, and all the big guys. They were never best friends with their players. No, I don't like none of that. I don't like
Here's
none of that.
here's
You know,
the thing, Carlito.
It's good for confidence, but
Yeah.
none of that friendly crap.
Jay Ellis, go ahead.
Yeah, here's the thing, Carlito. Here's the thing why I like Fizdale, right? Because he does come from that camp, that Pat Riley camp, where he's going to run you into the ground. He's going to preach practice, and he's going to preach perfection. He's not going to let you off easy. That's not the type of player he is. And what I've heard from him is he over communicates and he's direct. So he's not going to beat around the bush. He's going to tell you what he wants. But at the same time, I also read stories that said he makes it a point to like meet people's families, like meet the players' wives and friends.
Shit, he going a lot. They claim he's going to Latvia to go check Kristaps.
Yeah, so it's like
who's going to Latvia?
Fizdale. They say Fizdale's supposed to be going there. I don't know how true it is, but they say Fizdale's supposed to be going to Latvia.
Yeah,
you never know. Nothing is. The rumors in New York is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see.
yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens on Instagram. They pop up. You know what I mean? Chilling in Latvia or something, man.
Or if I see Fizdale doing squats with Kristaps.
I mean, one thing I hope Fizz is doing now that he's the coach, I hope he's actually like trying to figure something out. Like a lot of the great coaches, what they do is before even like off-season workout, like they try to get a little chemistry going.
Yeah.
So when you get to the season, it's gonna be normal.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be like
No, I think he's gonna be well prepared. He's
already planning that out.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be well prepared. I think he's gonna be well prepared. I wouldn't. He wouldn't get the job if he wasn't gonna come and do his homework. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't do that. I think that was whole part of the process. You know what I'm saying? Was to see what these guys, what the approach is. You know what I mean? And how these guys approach the game. Like I said, I give them credit for going. They went to some of the top teams in the league, man. And that was by intention.
Yeah,
man. They went to the Heat. They wasn't going to hire Juwan Howard. They went to the Heat to see what was going on here. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to hire Jay Larranaga. Forget that. But they want to see, what the trends are, what they're doing in practice. They want to see. They went to the Spurs. They went to Golden State. Those are well-coached teams.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. Basically, what you're saying is they basically got a mixture of coaches to see what's going on.
Yeah.
They wanted to see what their approach is, how they approach things, how they approach player development, how they approach a practice. Shit like that. Definitely, I give them credit. Just like last offseason, they went to the Steelers camp to just, because I guess they respect the way the Steelers are from a management perspective. I give them credit for that. I don't know how successful they'll be at it, but I give them credit for that. That's good stuff.
They're doing their homework, man.
They doing their homework, man. They doing their
homework. You would have just fell asleep.
That's good. That's good. I hope money that we, if we don't get any players, right? If we don't really sign anyone, I hope what the Knicks do is basically invest their money into like player development.
Yeah.
That's what you know what I'm saying? A lot of these, great organizations, they have good player development. So I hope they sort of like, get that going.
Facts.
Well, Dolan spends money. Trust me.
Yeah, Dolan's gonna spend. He'll spend, money. Man. Don't worry about it, man. They'll spend. Carlito, appreciate the call, my dude.
No problem.
Yeah, man. Next time, bro.
Yeah. Dolan spends money, man. He's gonna buy a little hot monitor thingy. He's gonna buy that little vein mask.
Mr. Dolan will spend the money, man. Let's go to the shout outs in the YouTube. Shout out everybody in the YouTube. JD, what's good, my dude?
What's good? What
Big
up?
Oso in here. Jose Guerrero in here. Kyle Johnson, what up? Let's see who else. Ace in here. What's good, everybody? Pennsylvania 484 area code. What's cracking?
Thanks, Roberto, for joining my YouTube channel.
Ace, man.
Ace Bezel, what's good, my dude?
What's good, CP? What's good, Jealous?
What's going on, man?
What you think? What you think? Well, who's your choice first off, and what do you think about this Fizdale move? Matter of fact, I know who your choice is already.
I know my choice, man, from the little dispute earlier.
Yeah, I saw that.
In the comments.
I saw. Ace Bezel got into it with a crazy YouTuber, man. But we'll get to that another time. We'll get to that offline, Jay Ellis. I'm gonna get to that offline.
Word.
But yeah, for the record, I ain't racist. But my first choices was Mark and Buddha Hoja. Like, I'll take either one of them. But this deal was number 3, so I'm cool.
All right, top 3.
I'm cool. So with the Mark thing, right? And I had asked Jay Ellis this earlier. Like, you didn't feel a way that we was his only choice, like his only prospective employer. You didn't feel a way that no other team was looking at him.
Yeah, and you know what? I feel bad, man, because, Mark from my hood, they always say he's from Brooklyn. He's really from Queens.
He's from Queens. Mark is a Queens guy for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, so it's like, damn, son, he's
never going to get a job now, bro.
I don't think so.
This is a job now.
Sucks.
I don't think so at all.
He didn't get the Knicks job. Like, what? The Knicks job? Everybody wanted him to get the Knicks job.
Facts.
He didn't get the Knicks job.
Facts.
Who's going to take him now?
Yeah, I think the ship sailed. I just don't understand what it is, man. We hear this, we hear that. I just don't know what it is.
And I also heard half of the stuff that they say about him has never been proven either.
Yeah.
The only thing that got on him is the stuff he said behind scenes, you know what I mean?
Facts.
But other than that, like, the other stuff wasn't proven.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a mystery, man. Because this is not the first year. This is not the first year. You know what I'm saying? Mark Jackson been out of a job for 4 years. And the only team I know for a fact that even looked at him was Cleveland when LeBron was first going back. That's it. And they even put the clips on it like, nah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
Yeah, but on another note, man,
Yeah.
shout out to Fizz.
Okay.
We're going to bring swag back to the post games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Can't wait for that. Can't wait for that first one.
Facts. So you like the Fizdale pickup?
Yeah, I like him. He seems like he's a player coach, so I like him. He's going to be able to relate to the players, you know what I mean? Pull them to the side, tell them what they're doing wrong, and not hurt their feelings. Like, he seems like that type of coach. Like, not soft, but, you know, like, he know how to relate.
Well, that's what they wanted, right? That was what management wanted. J. Ellis, go ahead on that.
Nah, I'm saying that's what I was saying before, man. He knows how to get into people, hold them accountable, and relate. It's really easier to kind of get people to do what you want them to do if you kind of give them both sides of the fence. If you just tell them, yelling at them all the damn time, do this, do that.
Not in this day and age. They don't respect that.
Yeah, you got to give it a little bit.
You know what? I kind of feel like that's what they had in Golden State. That's why the players ran through a wall for Mark Jackson, you know?
Yeah, I thought so too.
Both sides too.
I thought so too. I thought, not for nothing. I thought, and Mark wasn't my first choice. He was more like probably my third or fourth, but I still thought that politics aside, from a player development, from a motivational standpoint, from a toughness defense, I thought Mark could have done a great job here.
That was there.
Mm-hmm.
I was there. The biggest thing I was worried about, of course, was the rumor stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if he recognized that he had to update the offense to be successful right now. That's the only other thing I was a little bit worried about. If he was willing to
his offense was always questionable.
Facts.
He kind of benched Draymond when he was with Golden State, and when they unlocked Draymond, that's when they went to even a higher level.
Facts. That's facts.
Yeah.
Yo, Ace, appreciate the call, my dude. Definitely appreciate the support, man.
You already, man. Love the chat. Love everything. You know what I mean? Keep it going, man. Right here.
Definitely, bro. Appreciate it, bro. Next time.
All right, bro.
All right.
Peace.
Yo, somebody had called from 407 number, Florida number. I don't know who that was, but y'all could call back. Line is open. Somebody on Twitter said all niggas born in the 70s still heated about Mark Jackson not getting the job.
Wow.
Yo, Nick's Twitter is pure comedy, man. I'm telling you. Not on Twitter. God. Nick's Twitter will keep your day going. Trust me, man. But yo, it's a new day, man. So I mean, what's next though? What's next, JL? What's the next? I guess domino to fall.
I mean, we got the lottery popping up. Crucial.
That.
Then I feel like a whole lot of decisions are going to be.
Caller, hold on. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, I guess a bunch of our decisions are going to really be based off of Enos Cantor after this, to be honest with you.
Opt out, Cantor. # opt out. Yeah, listen. I say it again. People be like, "Oh, you hating on Cantor, man? You hate Cantor." No, I love.
You hate on Cantor, son.
I love Cantor. I love what Cantor has brought to this team, but we can't pay everybody. I repeat, we cannot pay everybody.
Now we can't pay him more than no 18.
You cannot tie up your salary cap on mid-level players, man. We need impact players. You pay the impact players. You max them out, not Cantor. All right, that's my point on Cantor. Let me get to this call. Yo.
What's going on, fellas?
What's good, bro? Who this?
What is up?
This is Juan Martinez. My first time calling in.
Juan Martinez, welcome to the chat, man. Welcome to the squad, bro. What's good?
Yeah, Ron Martinez, not Juan.
Wait, you said Juan, right?
No, Ron.
Oh, Ron. My bad.
Ron.
What's good,
I thought he said Juan too.
That's good, bro. Yeah, I'll pull up the show every now and here, because I bounce around looking at different podcasts, this podcast. So
okay.
So today I got a notification on my YouTube that you guys were on.
Yeah.
So I decided to check you guys out. So yeah, I'm
appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna be 49 years old this year. I'm born and raised in New York.
Okay.
All right.
But, I've been in Florida since '98. So, I'm not. Even though Fizdale wasn't on top of my list, I'm still happy with the hire. And,
okay.
We'll see what happens. Because right now, my main concern with this is because being a long-time Knicks fan, the frustrating part is that we've had good coaches in the past. So I think this is just the beginning. We've had Hall of Fame coaches like Larry Brown and Lenny Wilkins.
Yep.
So I think the problem is now is, what's going to be the identity of this team.
Facts. JL, what you think about that?
I mean, I kind of think like
go ahead, Jay.
I kind of think the way they did it right now, I think the way they've done it so far is right. I feel like they've taken their time, the upper management as well, to kind of vet the right coaches and make sure they have the right person who's kind of in line with their train of thought. So hopefully what's been happening in the past with having a coach here for 1 year and being fired won't happen this time, because it seems like they did their homework.
Yeah. Yeah. To Ron's point, to your point, Ron, I said the same shit earlier. I don't know if you jumped on from the beginning, but I said the same shit earlier in that, I can't say that Fizdale is a no-brainer. I can't say that Mark Jackson or Budenholzer or whoever would have been a no-brainer. In the past, those no-brainer picks have turned into shit. Larry Brown did 1 year, and it was one of the worst seasons we ever had on the Knicks.
That was the one I thought for sure was going to work.
I thought, coming off the championship, Detroit basketball, that was one of the teams I had admired. Love Rasheed Wallace. I thought I thought that was a no-brainer. D'Antoni coming off of his success, I thought that was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Obviously Carmelo had a lot to do with why that ran into the ground, but I think a lot of it is management has to be patient. Let this guy work. Do not interfere. Let him run the whole full course. 4 years. I want to see 4 years of Fizdale before we fully evaluate. And in that 4 years, we got to get this year's lottery right. We got to get next year's lottery right. And try to get a free agent or two in 2019, 2020. And then we see what happens from there. But, it has to be, it's not just on the coach. We got to get players and support them.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I'm looking at, the scope of the NBA. The NBA, it has changed so much in the last couple of years, and you can see across the NBA where you can have a team like Golden State, and Steve Kerr can go home and bake cookies for a whole week, and they ain't gonna skip a beat because they got so much talent on that team. But sometimes you find out, like I remember when Pat Riley came to New York. No one really knew if he could really coach until he came to New York, because they're like, well, that was Showtime over there.
Right,
so he really wasn't looked at as a coach until he came to New York, and they were like, oh, this guy can really coach his ass off, because he didn't have Showtime in New York.
Pat wasn't a system coach. Pat coached to whatever personnel he had, and he did the best with what he had.
Exactly. So I think what's key right now, I heard you earlier when I first logged on, when you said that Fizdale's going to go meet with KP. And I think that in sports, no matter if it's football or basketball, if you can get the best player to buy into your system, everyone's going to fall into it. It's key that he connects with KP.
Facts. He has to connect with KP right away.
He has to connect with KP, because when he was in Memphis, that was a problem that he had with Gasol.
With Gasol, yeah.
And in the NBA, the coach is going to go before the player goes.
True.
Jay, I'm wondering if he learned from his mistakes.
Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I got distracted by the picture in the Twitter. I wonder if he learned from his mistakes, man. I wonder if that's why he's already talking about going to see KP first and foremost. Yeah, because he remembers that Mark Gasol L. He might try to smooth it over, finesse it a lot differently this time.
Yeah, that's what he said. I watched him.
Yeah.
He came on one of them ESPN shows, one of them 1,000 ESPN shows. He came on and they asked him straight up. They was like, what happened with the Marc Gasol situation? He was like, what happened with this Marc Gasol situation is not uncommon in the NBA when you have the star player and the coach. You're going to clash. Mm-hmm. And he said, basically, it just didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt and see what happens with him and Kristaps. That's all I can say. Yeah. But I will say that I like the accountability in him benching Mark. If that's what it was about, if that was one of the reasons, I'm with that. Because if Kristaps not doing his thing one night, or Timmy not doing his thing one night, or whoever it is, you got to sit him down, man. You got to sit him down, man. That's the only way these dudes learn.
Well, that's what made Popovich so popular in San Antonio. That you see him throughout Tim Duncan, you see him throughout Tony Parker. And if you're the last man on the bench, you're like, man, if he can show up to start the team, you know he's going to shoot me out. So I better fall in line.
Yep.
And that was Jeff Van Gundy's biggest issue. One of the biggest issues this season, man. He did not hold certain players accountable.
Hornacek, yeah.
I mean Hornacek. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He did not hold certain players accountable. The Tim Hardaway lapses, the Beasley lapses in particular. He just did not hold them accountable every single time.
Yep. I agree with that, man.
I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
If I know right now it's important that we make right now that in this draft I don't care if he's a big man. I think right now we have to be more athletic and get as much talent as possible in the next 2-3 years. But let me ask you a question: between this year and next year, depending on who we draft and KP, who knows when he's going to be 100% when he comes back. Would you guys be upset or happy if Kyrie Irving came to the next 2 years, like when his contract is over with Boston?
J. Ellis, you want to tackle that first?
If Kyrie came to the Knicks,
you want Kyrie on the Knicks in 2019? He'll be a free agent as well.
Free agent? Hell yeah! I'll take Kyrie on the Knicks in 2019. If I gotta give up no pieces and I take Kyrie, hell yeah! I just gotta make sure I make sure his knee and leg situation is kind of taken care of.
Bingo. That's my apprehension in bringing Kyrie here. I'm as big a Kyrie fan as there is. The durability with his legs is concerning. It's been that way since he was at Duke. Even at Duke, he missed his whole freshman year with a foot injury. Right. The kneecap injury in the finals. The first year they went to the finals with LeBron. I believe he had other knee injuries as well. The one now with the Celtics. So that's alarming. And then you want to talk about, another year under the grind with the Celtics, and then thinking about signing him to a 4-year deal. I don't know, I just feel like that spells trouble for us. You know what I'm saying? I think 2019, my top two targets. Go ahead, Ron. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say the same thing because my main concern was that I know that he's made it known that when he was trying to get out of Cleveland, the Knicks was one of the teams on his list, but of course we didn't have anything to offer. But he is a Knicks fan. He grew up a Knicks fan, so I know he would like to play for the Knicks, and maybe after he's done with Boston. Yeah. But I look at Derrick Rose. I hope he doesn't have a similar path like Derrick Rose, because Derrick Rose one time, he went from being an MVP to being injury prone. He was constantly getting injured.
Yeah. That's why I would stay away from Kyrie, man. Like I said, I love his game. I love that he's a local kid. I'm glad he got to win his one ring. But I don't know. It just seemed like another Knick move to overpay him in 2019, and then him only being available for 50% of the time of the contract. That just seemed like that's destined for failure if it ever happened to us. My two targets for 2019 would be either Clay or Kawhi Leonard. Give me Clay. Yeah. Bring Clay here or Kawhi Leonard. That's my two targets.
That's what I was going to ask you, because since we got this youth movement going on with the Knicks, it seems like all these rumors flying around the internet that saying that Kawhi's camp, they're probably trying to force a trade out of there. So I want to know if that's going to derail any of the plans. I know Scott Perry and Steve Mills, they're trying to develop players, but a two-way player like Kawhi Leonard is hard to come by these days.
What do you think, Jay?
If you were to ask me that a month ago, I'd have been all for it, and I would just try to keep. I know certain players. I would have tried to keep KP, Frank, and our picks. I know that's probably not even all the way reasonable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Now it's like, yo, what is up with this quad?
That's what I said.
What is up with this quad, man?
That's what I said.
Like, he didn't play the whole playoffs and the season, and I'm supposed to trade my young assets.
Forget
and
that.
go through this whole thing we went through again with Carmelo and possibly set us back another few years. It's like a gamble. We gambled with Melo. I mean, we didn't gamble with Melo, but we definitely gambled with Noah and Derrick Rose, and that blew up in our face.
Facts. You know, Ron, I did a video on this on my YouTube. Anybody in the YouTube chat, check it out on why we shouldn't trade Kawhi Leonard, the 3 reasons why we shouldn't trade Kawhi Leonard. I said, number 1, we don't want it to be the Melo trade all over again. Right, where we trading young assets, we giving up the farm, and then he gets here, and what's that gonna get us? Another 15 wins? It's a lateral move. You know what I'm saying? Number 2, like Jay Ellis, to Jay Ellis' point, you don't know what kind of injury he has. That's a crazy injury. You know, he came back for like 9 games and then went back out. Yeah. I don't even think they know the extent of the injury. Yeah. So, you know, again, that would be another Knick move where you give up the farm, come back, and he's missing 40% of the season with a chronic injury.
That's,
you know what I'm saying? So we got to learn from our mistakes, man. You don't, like I said, the team that can afford to do that is a team like the Celtics. You know what I'm saying? They have they sitting on a treasure trove of assets between young players, draft picks, salary cap. They can afford to do that. And if it pays off for them, great. If it doesn't, they'll still be okay. But for us, we're not ready to turn that corner yet, man. You don't make them type of trade. Danny ain't showed you time and time again. You don't make them type of trades until you ready to turn a corner and really be a contender in this league. Or else you're just looking at lateral moves. That's my opinion.
And you know what's frustrating for me as a Knicks fan, and I'm pretty sure other Knicks fans feel the same way, is that I think sometimes when Scott Perry came on board and Steve Mills been there for a while, is that a lot of people don't understand that something about New York, that not every player is built to play in New York, and not every coach is built. It's like New York is a whole different beast.
Yes.
And what gets me frustrated is that I've seen this even with this young team right now, where sometimes, even though the Knicks, you know, we don't have a winning tradition like the Lakers and the Celtics. But when the Knicks come into town to other cities, I live here in Orlando.
Okay.
And when they come to Orlando, it's like a home game for the Knicks. When they go to Miami, it's like a home
same
game
in Atlanta. I used to live in Atlanta. It'd
Go
be the same thing. Same thing in the A. It'd be more Knicks fans and Hawks fans in there. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And when they go to other cities, what gets me frustrated is that I'll see sometimes some players that they're not even studs, they're scrubs, but they'll drop 40, 50 points on the Knicks because there's something about players that they get up for the Knicks, even though the Knicks ain't, we're not the Spurs, we're not the Golden State, but some of our guys know that if they have a great game, they're gonna be all over Sports Center, they're gonna be all over NBA TV. So I think when players come to New York, they gotta understand you gotta be up for every game because there's something about other players that they get up for the Knicks.
Bro, we call that on our podcast. We call that the whose man's is this era, man. When you don't know who this guy is, 16th man on the bench next to the cheater that comes in and gets a triple double.
Yeah,
you looking at him like
that no more, man. We can't
have whose man's is this?
We can't have that, man.
We can't have that. We gotta protect the garden. I think that's what Fizdale is gonna bring. Fizdale is gonna let these guys know, like, yo, we gotta protect our house. You know what I'm saying? We gotta protect our house.
That right was big on that. He didn't believe He's one thing that he used to drill in his team. He's like, man, people have to be afraid to come into the Garden.
Yeah.
But now the Garden, and all these players like, I love playing in the Garden. They won't come play for the Knicks as a free agent, but I love playing in the Garden.
Yeah, they want to come in and embarrass us. They got to come in and embarrass us. We can't have that, man.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Yo, Ron, definitely appreciate the call, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channels, and definitely appreciate the call, man.
Word, man. Thanks for calling in, bro.
No problem.
That was my man Ron from Orlando. But yeah, man, we got to bring that respect back to the Garden, man. No more of that, Showtime business. Lonzo and them came in this year, try to show us out. Can't have that, man. We definitely can't have that. Let's go. Who in the YouTube chat? Let's shout out the YouTube chat real quick. Who we got? Oh, we got 37 cats in here, JL.
Yeah, man, this is lit, man.
Yeah, man. Everybody got something to say, man. Shout out, who I ain't shout out? D Crown, what's good? New Jersey. Yo, caller, hold your call, caller. Alexei was good. Jersey Shore was good.
Hello?
Jose Guerrero was good. Yo.
What up?
Yo.
Hello.
Yo. What's good, bro?
Hey, how you doing?
All right, who this?
Oh, this Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore. What's good? Kenny Black in the chat. What's good, man?
It's Jim Tan Laundry.
All right, I want to talk about this coach in my New York Knicks.
All right, what you think? What you think? Who's your first choice, first of all, and what's your thoughts on this one?
Well, I like Fizdale. I think as long as he can keep Porzingis in line, and if he can't, I'd be willing to let Porzingis go.
Wait, Porzingis in line? What do you mean by keep Porzingis in line?
What do you mean by keep him in line?
Well, Porzingis is our prima donna, okay? First of all, he's got to come back off this injury and show that he still is the man. So we have a whole 10 months to go before we even get an inkling of what that's going to be. Second of all, my biggest question is, can Fizdale coach Beasley, who can be a monster, but is his head on straight?
You think they re-sign Beasley though?
Beasley's got skills. I mean, he was a point a minute. It's hard.
It's
hard to not keep Beasley when you have an offensive struggle from the beginning, and you're gonna try to get a defensive hold out there, and you're just starting out again. So you need somebody who can put some points on the board, man, at least 15 a night.
I feel you on that. I kind of
then we're gonna bring in this draft pick that hopefully he's going to be able to hit that 3-point shot and slash to the hoop like we see Tim Hardaway Jr. do at times. Now, talking about Tim Hardaway Jr., I'm kind of a Dotson fan. I think he's better defensively.
I'm a Dotson fan too.
I'll pay Timmy $71 million if he's my sixth man of the year next year.
Yeah,
I won't have a problem with it.
Well, I think the ideal situation between Dotson and Timmy, I think the ideal situation is getting Courtney Lee out of here. I think he served his time. I think he served us well. Shout out to Courtney Lee. I thought he was the best investment we had over the last 2 years, and I thought he was well worth it.
Surely.
But I think it's time for the young guys. I think it's time for Dotson to take his slot and move Courtney Lee to the bench or move him. Period. I'm not sure what they can get from him because I think his value has gone down. But I mean,
he's a journeyman.
He's a journeyman. Yeah, he's a journeyman. So we'll see.
Right.
But I think that's the minutes. So you want Dotson taking his minutes for sure.
Now I know that Fizdale's he's a defensive specialist.
Mm-hmm.
So we already know that we got young Frank there, who's maybe 6, 8, 9 months away from showing everybody what he really has. It's just a matter of time. Like you said, he's only 20 years old this year coming up.
Right.
So he gets stronger. Hell, if he get any bigger, we don't need that boy from Boston.
I was telling Jay Ellis that. Frank get any taller, he might be the small forward we're looking for.
Well, listen, I grew up in Magic's era. I've never seen anything like it.
That's a great era,
so
man. I'm tired of this.
He's saying put him at point guard, even if he is tall. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, you saying keep him at point guard.
I've never seen anything like it. Yes. He first of all, the way point guards are running up and down the court nowadays, right? If you can't keep him in front of you, you're going to be falling short every time you turn around.
Facts.
So you're not going to get any offensive rebounds,
Facts.
right? Because you're behind. Then you got, like I said, can Beasley be coached? Is he going to run his ass up and down the court every day when I need you?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like Fizdale, though.
When I need you on the defensive end as well, because he's gifted.
Yeah.
But can he be coached?
I think so, man.
And I don't think he's going to ask for too much because I think if he plays his cards right, hell, if Timmy don't be sixth man of the year, Beasley should get honorable mention, depending on what their record looks like next year.
Yeah,
that's always a factor.
Yeah, go ahead, Jay Ellis. I think Jay Ellis want to weigh in. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, Beasley was kind of. I felt like Beasley threw his hat in the ring around early in the hat, half. Like this November, December. He started kind of getting his shots off. But I like the Fizdale hiring just because I know a player like Beasley players like Beasley, who were really good at one part of the season, I feel like when Jeff Hornacek actually was kind of holding them accountable, but then as the year kind of started going longer and longer, Jeff kind of forgot to hold him accountable, and Beasley kind of went off on his own. I feel like that's not going to happen with Fizdale. Fizdale's going to hold him accountable from day 1 to game 82. And I feel like he's going to be able to get the most out of Beasley. Plus, he's already mentored Beasley in Miami as well.
Yeah.
So they already have kind of a little familiarity. So I feel like players kind of like Beasley who are on the cusp, who kind of can play defense, but needs that push. I think Fizdale's a perfect person for someone like Beasley.
See, Beasley, in a sense, can teach this so-called rookie that we get that's coming off the bench that he surely can't start unless he's going to be phenomenal and take over Beasley's spot. Because right now, who else are you going to put up in there to start?
At the 3?
Yeah.
Well, I think. See, here's the thing, right? And you had mentioned Frank earlier. I think the conundrum, and we're gonna do a video on this one, but I think the conundrum becomes, where does Frank slide in? Because everyone talks about Frank and his development and how they want to see him, but if Frank doesn't beat out Trey Burke at the point, he's gonna be coming off the bench. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be coming off the bench.
I appreciate Trey Burke. Okay, understand me, right? Trey Burke is too small.
Too small, yeah. He's too small.
Too small. Now, granted, coming off the bench, if you give me 16 points and 5 assists and 4 rebounds,
it's amazing.
You're getting paid. And you'll be coming out there every game for those 15 or 20 minutes.
Right.
Now, unless he becomes a better Isaiah, then I don't know how he's going to beat out Frank when Frank's going to be stopping those point guards running up and down the court.
Frank has to get better offensively.
Go ahead, Jay.
No, Frank has to get better offensively. Like, there's no way Burke can get better defensively. But if Frank gets better offensively, then
go ahead, Jersey Shore. Go ahead.
I thought that Burke tried to give it his best out there.
I thought so.
No. It's not a knock on Burke that
and he's going to have to continue to get after it because, like I said, the majority of the people, they're going to post him down low. So what's the sense of having a game where you're behind by 6 points and every time they come down, they got your little man down low?
Yeah.
That don't work. You see Frank, he already guards multiple positions. This is what you need.
Facts.
It's hard to take that away from you. Now, I don't want Frank to score more than 10 points a game. Give me 10 points a game, right? Mm-hmm. Give me 7 dimes, right? Give me 4 rebounds, and got to give me 2 steals a game. And you got to give me like 6 deflections and off and running. That's how I see it. And no later than Christmas.
JL's, what you think?
He got the mans.
Yo, Jersey Shore, man. Appreciate the call, man. Definitely appreciate the support.
Yes,
you definitely been in a lot of these live streams, man. So yeah, definitely call up next time for sure.
I've been a Knicks fan since radio.
There we go. There we go. We're evolving now.
Yeah, man.
We evolving now.
Going next.
Take care, bro.
All right.
Oh man. That was.
You know, another thing though, JL, is funny. I see people talking about starting a 3-guard lineup with Timmy at the 3. Well, what you think about that?
Timmy at the 3. What, Burke,
Trey, Frank at the 2. Well, I mean, if we going with that positionless basketball as they want to do,
then it makes sense. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I mean, you know what? It kind of really depends on Frank. If Frank hulks out in the gym this season, then you can have Frank guarding 3s and bringing the ball up.
Facts. I just feel like defensively we're gonna get exposed out there. I don't think Timmy can handle the 3s. Like
that's what I'm saying.
I don't see Timmy guarding no 3s like that. I don't know.
No, I feel you. That's what I'm saying. If Frank gets his weight up, then maybe you can have Frank at the 3 and have him bring the ball up at certain times and maybe send him to the 1 at certain moments. But I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going for that the whole year though.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. Like I said, this point guard thing is really going to be a head scratcher, bro. I just don't know how they're going to approach it. Are they going to draft somebody?
I don't know what our team. I don't know what the way Moutier being part of the team has thrown such like our monkey wrench in our way we run things. Yeah. You don't know where. I don't know what Perry's trying to do long term.
I think they trying to see who's going to emerge out of the three. You know, who can be a guy that we can rely on for 30 to 40 solid starter minutes. Who's going to be the captain of this, run the ship?
Yeah. And Beasley cannot guard threes, Jersey Shore. He cannot guard a
conundrum. Threes. But like I said, I mean Beasley's Beasley, but it's like, where does Frank fit in? Is Frank gonna be able to take the reins and run this team, or is he just gonna be coming off the bench as a sixth man? Which I mean, listen, you know, it's gonna take time. You might have to take time and beat guys out, but you know, I think it's gonna be really, really interesting. And you know, all these mock drafts, you know, take it with a grain of salt. They talking Sexton. How does that play out? I don't know. Does Fizdale, you know, does Fizdale have confidence in these guys? Does he want to go out and suggest getting a point guard here? I don't know.
I can't see myself getting another point guard unless we trying to flip somebody. And like every time, like we got so many damn guards, we gotta get rid of a guard or two, man.
Get rid of Moutier. Kenny Black in the chat said Moutier trade bait, man. You can't get Moutier for a damn do-rag right now, bro.
I'll
get
take
him out of here. Just release him.
I used to have waves.
Yo, for real, man. For real. But yeah, man. Yo, shout out everybody that came through, man. Carlito, Justin Alba in the chat. Alexei, HRM the Great, Ace, Kyle Johnson, Jersey Shore, appreciate the call. Jose Guerrero, appreciate the call. Who else in here? Who I ain't shout out? My man Yaron Huri came through. What's good? Danny girl, what up? Yeah, man, definitely appreciate y'all. Ron Martinez, thanks for the call. Kenny Black, thanks for coming through. What else, Jay? What you think? You want to wrap it up, or what you thinking?
That seems like a good time to wrap it up. I got some things to take care of.
All right, real quick for everybody in the chat watching. The next live stream is gonna be for the lottery. We're gonna be doing a live stream for the lottery once everything is settled. Once the smoke clears, May 15th. Once the smoke clears and we find out where we pick, call us up. Let us know what you think, who the prospects are, and let's get into that debate, man. But other than that, definitely appreciate everybody for coming through. Appreciate everybody for supporting. Jay Ellis, I'm gonna switch it over to your side. Go ahead and plug your channels up and the podcast.
Yeah, man. Just follow me on all my prospective channels. First of all, just dropped a podcast on SoundCloud. It's soundcloud.com/The Nick of Time Show. And also you can follow me on Instagram at The Nick of Time Show, Twitter at The KOT Show. You see all the little handles up there on the screen.
Yeah.
Facebook as well. Holla at your boy.
Factuals. And same thing with me, man. Knicks Fan TV, easy to find. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram especially, Twitter especially. I'm on everything, man. YouTube as well, man. So make sure you subscribe to our channels. Check us out. Check out the podcast, Nick of Time Show. They do a great job over there as well. And like I said, next podcast or the next live stream is going to be for the lottery. But we going into next season, we'll be doing post-game live streams after every game. So definitely come through. Everybody, appreciate the support. Appreciate the phone calls. And, that's it, man. So we'll check y'all May 15th, bro.
Peace.